That was a good bit. That was a fun bit. But yes, no raid tonight, so we can just dive directly into the deep waters. Because, you know, as you would imagine, when there aren't enough people online to field a raid, the first instinct is to break up into some Mythic Plus groups. And we realized there was really only one tank and one healer, and a bunch of DPS, a very common queue problem. And I've noticed that I've been having pretty good fortune with my queue experience, to be candid. I feel like some mists. Let's do some mists. Where last night I was getting basically insta-queued into 8s because now my score is high enough and my item level is high enough that I'm seen as a desirable get. So I'm gonna keep pushing my luck. I'm gonna keep pushing my points, inching my way towards Keystone Hero. Because that one tank and one healer, they just want to do 9s. They just want to do 9s for crests. Or 9s. They want to do 8s. They want to do 8s for crests. Look at that. Invite to Miss Saturna Scythe 9. Hit him with A there. No more sitting around for 90 minutes waiting for someone to take a chance on me. No, no, no. Wait, now I've got that.
No, no, no.
No more of that. Now I'm getting invited almost immediately. And isn't that just so nice? And you might even be wondering, you know, if you're a long-term watcher of the stream, what happened, Deke? You get sat again? And I can say no. I did not get sat for a raid again. There was no raid at all through actions completely independent of my own. That, not for nothing, seems to have kicked up a little bit of a brouhaha. So, for once, I'm not the one being the drama queen. For once, I'm not the one that feels the need to make things dramatic, thankfully. Because it's so embarrassing when that's me. Oh my god. That's so embarrassing. One of the most embarrassing experiences as a human being is to have human emotions and reactions to things. Oh my god. Why can't I just be stoic and above everything? That's so much nicer. And we're already getting down to it with the ready checks. I got a good fucking feeling about this group. Yeah. Because also, a Guild M Plus group would have wanted to like be in comms. And everyone knows my preferred way to do dungeons is in absolute silence. I joined the group with a "hey there!" exclamation point. I do the key in perfect silence. And then I hit him with the GG's at the end. And it's been working. It's been working. We're now within spitting distance. I don't know if I'll be able to get Keystone Hero tonight. Probably not. I would need to get a bunch of 10s to dramatically move my rating. And something tells me it'll be a touch harder for me to get into 10s. No, disjoint, shut the fuck up. No shot you've got the COVID, man. That's, oh my God. First the ankle, and now, do I have a COVID drop? I mean, yeah, that's kind of. But there is one where that same guy, Alex Jones, goes like, COVID-19. I thought I had that one, but I don't. Oh my God, man. First the ankle, and now the COVID. It's like you're running for Jesus. It's like there's an election for the Holy Lord. And you said, yeah, the last guy literally died on the cross, including like getting stabbed with a spear, I guess, for some extra flavor. And I said, no. Wait, no, I've got it, and I won't die.
No.
I said, no. I'm going to do something even more horrible than being crucified and stabbed with a spear. I'm going to fuck my ankle up like you wouldn't believe. And then I'm going to get the deadly COVID-19. You may well be a vaxxed up shouty, just like I am, disjoint. In fact, fun fact, when I was unemployed and I didn't have health insurance, I actually paid full price for my COVID booster, which was something in the neighborhood of like $200 fucking dollars. But that's how much I love not having COVID-19. Because as we've talked about on this program, I'm a fan of imbibing various smokes. I like things that fuck up my respiratory system, you know, for pleasure. Like, I do those things for pleasure. And so, you know what I really don't fucking like? A respiratory virus, dude. You know what I really don't like? A virus that's notorious for basically fucking choking you to death. Big no thanks on that, and big really hate to see it for anyone that has to actually go through it. I have somehow, well, it's not that mysterious. I don't really go places or do things if I don't have to. But I have somehow managed to avoid COVID entirely. I've never got it even once. In fact, even my best friend and his family, who basically live on the same property as me, they've all had it twice, and I've managed to avoid getting it from them. So, as a lucky never had COVID haver, oh yeah, exactly. Like, there are some things that I will take a chance on, apparently. Like when I busted my ankle and didn't get any treatment for that whatsoever, and that just worked out. But what I'm not going to take a risk with is a respiratory virus that put 1 million Americans 6 feet under. I'm not gonna. I will pay the cost of an Xbox to not have that GG my ass. And this is your third round of COVID? Okay. Well, the good news is, brother, you built up that natural immunity. You've had it a couple times, so this third one here is not going to be so bad. You see, that's how we're supposed to be able to weather the storm of disease until we got weak and soft and started relying on vaccines. But in all seriousness, hopefully it is the most mild round for you, right? That would seem to make logical sense, and everyone loves when things make logical sense. But I also know that sometimes a sickness you've had several times in the past can hit you extra hard. I've been hit giga hard in the past by flu, and I also get flu vaccines, by the way. That one was like $100. But on top of that, I've had drastically different experiences with flu, to where I never underestimate any illness anymore. I've been fucked up too many times. This is worse than the other two? Great. Great. So yeah, it turns out you're running for Jesus. It turns out that you saw him being crucified and stabbed with a spear. That's light work. I'm gonna get COVID-19 and I'm gonna fuck up my ankle. And then I'm still gonna have to do all the annoying shit that comes with being an adult. Like, the world don't stop spinning. Hopefully you got some sick time. I think I have maybe one sick day of sick time right now. So like, if I got giga sick, that's GG's. So hopefully you've got some sick time to be able to at least dial back on the work obligation. But obviously there's still all kinds of things that keep going. Like I was telling you about how when I fucked up my knee, when I dislocated my kneecap, even things like taking out the garbage became insanely hard because I could barely walk and I had to fucking somehow get my garbage out to the curb. Like, that was fucking awful. So you're gonna be in for a ride. Oh man. You got the expanding brain feeling, it sounds like. That's one of my least favorite feelings. That feeling of like my brain is expanding inside of my skull. There's too much blood in my brain. I just hope that you're able to convalesce. Because that is honestly one of the rarest perks in working society today. Being able to take sufficient time to rest and convalesce when you receive sickness. Especially now that COVID is over in the minds of our governments and institutions, and the protections that made sure you got that time when COVID was at its peak. A lot of those have lapsed or are no longer available. Yep, I love that feeling of the never-ending snot faucet. I would say enjoy it while it's snot, because it could very easily become throat congestion, lung bullshit. Like, that's kind of what I love about snot. At least it's in my nose. And I've already got a kind of nasally voice, so not a whole lot lost there if my nose is fucked up. But if it's in my throat, if it's in my lungs, that's a whole different ball game, baby. That's a whole different thing. So, you are sick and you will have mucus. So may that mucus remain in your nose and head. Because as miserable as it is, personally, I would take that over the lung and throat stuff. As far as I'm concerned, you can put me in a lot of physical agony as long as I can breathe. I put a pretty high premium on being able to breathe. I know that sounds silly, but like, we're talking about some devilish choices here. And I don't deny that things like nausea or intense headaches can like definitely feel giga bad. But I don't know, still top of my list. I love being able to breathe, dude. That's my favorite shit.
Watch your step.
I think someone's got an add-on that solves the maze, which, good. Yeah, lung and throat stuff are the worst. Glad we can align on that. And so, in the spirit of, if you must be sick, no, your throat's swollen, it's going there next.
Interrupt.
If there's swelling and no mucus now, you can bet your sweet bippy, as the Duke would say. There's gonna be mucus there later. You're gonna have so much mucus. This is a 9. I got invited into a 9 because I've been climbing out of my mind, dude. I'm just 150 points more or less away from Keystone Hero. And my score is now high enough that even when I apply for a 9, folks are like, yeah, he's got time 9s. He's got 2-chested 9s. Let's just go ahead and invite his fucking ass. And I say, hell yeah, dude. I'm down to clown. Let's fucking go, is what I say. And this is why it's so important to put in the time to get your score. Because once your score is sorted, it's much easier to just play Mythic Plus. And also, the caliber of players you tend to encounter at this level is usually really high. Not always. Sometimes you get instances like last night where my first Grim Batal, one guy messed up one mechanic on the 3rd boss and 3 people instantly left. I was like, oh, that still happens? Shit, that's crazy. I guess that does still happen in some keys.
Stay away from lines.
But kind of what's cool about being at this particular key level, is it this one? Is that even when you're just plugging with randoms, it's over here, okay.
Stay away from lines.
Even when you're just plugging with randoms, you can actually have a really good ass time. I set 2 personal bests as far as like the Keystone thing tracks
Stay away from lines.
what your best time on a key is. And I set 2 personal bests last night on 9s. I 2-chested 2 9s last night. I was like, holy fuck. My eye level is 622. I'm a 622 Mythic Plus Pug enjoyer. My back is really wide, and my biceps are enormous. I'm on my way to being the #1 marksman hunter on my server. I'm well on my way. That's not an actual goal of mine, by the by, but I do really put a high premium on being able to easily get into the kinds of keys that I would need in order to be able to get gilded crests, because I need gilded crests. I still need hundreds of gilded crests. But at least if I know, I can just apply for a key and generally get in like 9 minutes as opposed to 90 minutes, right? As long as I know that I'm perceived as competent and I can get the invite, then I feel much more comfortable investing time into alts. And indeed, that's the purpose behind this weekend's forthcoming Altstravaganza, as you may have noticed in the stream title. And this is meant to capitalize on a change that I had not seen, but that I am indeed extremely excited about, which is the 4 mythic dungeon completion quest that gave you a heroic raid item that has been in the game now for several expansions. You do 4 mythic dungeons, be they Mythic Plus or Mythic 0, and you get yourself a random piece of heroic raid gear, including potentially very rare items off of the final boss. That happens to some people. I've seen them on X the Everything app. They have updated that quest to now also allow for heroic dungeons to meet that threshold. So you can smash 4 heroic dungeons and get yourself a random heroic track piece of raid gear. This is even better than time walking, where you could smash 5 time walking bosses, or in the case of the Wrath of the Lich King time walking, do 1 Yogg skip and 4 time walking dungeons and get a champion piece of gear. And that's pretty good. I didn't bother to do that. I was like, I have more work to do on my main to be able to be where I want to be where I need to be, if we're being honest. So I'm not going to invest time on that or invest time in my alts yet. I will wait until my main is more sorted, and I will wait until a better incentive comes along. And then lo and behold, no, not lone and behold, although I do love that some people do that, lo and behold, along comes this pretty cool incentive right before next week when the 0.5 patch comes out, and having my alts kind of be on tap will be a lot more relevant to the content. Oh my god. Lo and behold, we get this really cool incentive to take as many of my alts as I can through 4 heroic dungeons. And that's not a super easy task, because of course there is an eye level requirement to get into heroic dungeons. So it's not like I can just spam 8 of my alts and make it happen. But at least off the dome, off the top of my head, I think I can get my Demon Hunter, my Monk, and my Shadow Priest in there. And that'd be pretty good. That'd be better than nothing. So tomorrow, on our Friday Fun Day, we'll be kicking off day 1 of the Alt-Stravaganza. And we'll be putting my main on the back burner for a little bit to have fun with some alts. Because as much as I want to get Keystone Hero, and I do want to get Keystone Hero, at the moment, as long as I get my 8 dungeons in a week, as long as I'm maxing out my vaults using 8s, 9s, and 10s. And the 10s do kind of make a difference, because at 10, the gear you get from the vault is Mythic Track. So that's another reason to kind of lean on getting my score up so I can get invited to 10s. And it is worth noting that 10 is also the difficulty where every dungeon is both fortified and tyrannical. Like right now, it's tyrannical week. We're in this 9. The bosses are hard and the trash is easy. We go up 1 more key level to a 10, and it is both tyrannical and fortified at the exact same time. And I will certainly be playing my Demon Hunter first. I've been missing my Demon Hunter a lot, and I'm really eager to play him. And I will also definitely be playing my Shadow Priest probably next, because I've gotten a lot of cloth Warbound Woo gear from my raiding, including some tier. So in a lot of ways, my Shadow Priest has better gear in his bags than my Demon Hunter is currently wearing. But my recollection is my Demon Hunter is my most advanced character aside from my main, and I just also have probably the most fun playing him besides my main. So that's an easy choice for me to take out the Demon Hunter first. And then I've heard that Shadow Priest is actually fun this expansion. I haven't had a chance to dabble, so I am not sure myself. But I have been a Shadow Priest enjoyer in the past, and so I would definitely like it if Shadow Priest is still fun. And of course, because it's going to be heroic dungeons, this also gives me a great opportunity to take out my monk tank, because I would never feel comfortable tanking a mythic key, at least not until I got more tanking experience under my belt. But we were tanking fucking heroic keys back when I was playing my alts in the early part of the expansion. I've already done that, and it was pretty fun and easy. I had a great time. So that specific tweak to give such a phenomenal gear reward for something that I would argue is fairly trivial, just get the eye level, do 4 heroics, and get the gear. that seems like a pretty easy W.
Line up. Pulling in. Run.
That's got me saying time to dust off the alts. So probably Demon Hunter, Shadow Priest, Brewmaster Monk.
Watch your step.
That'll probably be the order I do it in. And then if I can get those done,
Watch your feet.
I do have a fully leveled Fury Warrior.
Watch your feet.
Oh, I'm dead as hell. I'm gonna wait for this shit to stop going off before I accept this res.
Watch your feet. Run.
Okay, maybe that was the wrong call. Tough to say. Okay, now we're getting battle reses up. We got this.
Watch your steps.
I do have that Fury Warrior that I did fully level. I do have a Dev Voker that I was planning on leveling next when I ran out of time in the run up to the release of the raid.
Watch your feet. Pulling in. Run. Watch your feet.
So I would have more characters that I could further target if the first three are able to say, I'll get done on Friday. Because in theory, Saturday could be another long stream, like yesterday. It depends on if I get called in. I do have to kind of remind myself that if I don't get called in on a Wednesday, it just increases the likelihood that I might get called in on a Saturday. Especially because weekends are fucking nuts. Especially now that it's cooling down. I feel like restaurants get busier when the weather gets colder because, especially post-COVID, people like being able to go into a place and eat. I feel like everyone's kind of sick of the outdoor dining.
Watch your feet. Pulling in.
Which is funny because I never get tired of outdoor dining. I think it's sick. And look at that. We easily timed it. Did we two-chest it? We two-chested this. We two-chested this 9 mists where I even died on the last boss and then 2 people died after they gave me a battle res and we still two-chested it. This is what I'm talking about. We just get pretty good quality groups. I hit him with the GGs, and I hearth out, because there is nothing that drops in here that is on my bis list. So I am out. Nothing in here on my bis list. Even though that is a crit mastery neck, it's the wrong kind of crit mastery neck. It has low crit, high mastery. And I've frankly already invested a lot in my existing neck. It would have to be a massive upgrade to justify it, and it's not, so it does not justify it. But yes, that's 1 down. I think 3 to go until I fill out my vault. Got a little bit more score, which makes me even more appealing to other groups I may pug. I may look for like a 9 Stone Vault or a 9 Necrotic Wake. I might even look for like a 10 Grim Batal, a 10 Dawnbreaker. But now that I've got score, I have no problem at least getting invited to 8s and 9s for the purposes of farming crests. And that's a good purpose. There's nothing wrong with that purpose. Although I am also catching up on my Valor Stones. I'm spending them faster than I'm earning them. Good problem to have. An acceptable problem to have. What's gonna give me... probably this. Let's do the Treacherous Transmitter. Let's do that. Because that's gonna also apply to any future trinket. So if I do somehow get my bis and it needs an upgrade somehow, I'll be keeping pace. Yeah. I am going to need more Valor Stones as well. Good thing I took the World Soul, World Boss, World Content. And actually, it's top of the hour. It's top of the hour. I can go hit up. I can go hit up the theater troupe. I haven't done that in a few weeks, honestly. Because when you don't have any crests to upgrade your gear and you're capped out on Valor Stones, not much reason to do world activities that would get you Valor Stones. But now that I'm getting into dungeons, I'm timing them, I'm getting crests, I'm upgrading my gear. Still 622, but soon I'll be 623. You better believe very soon I'll be 623. I need to keep the fires burning. I need to fuel the fire with oxygen, and that oxygen is Valor Stones. Yeah, give me that audience approval. I love audience approval. Collecting blunted weapons. Yeah, we'll knock this out real quick. And then see if maybe we can get into a 10. Maybe we're just feeling real cheeky. Maybe we're just feeling really big for our britches. Maybe we're just feeling huge. Huge and wide. And we're going to apply to some 10s and see if I get to go to them. Because just as I was talking through it there, as far as how 10s are different, on the one hand, having Tyrannical and Fortified combined fucking sucks. That's not fun, that's awful. But on the other hand, I've now 2-chested 3 9s in a row. This Dawnbreaker, best run, level 9. That was last night, 307. There was 1 death, it was me. Grim Batal, best run, 9. This was also last night. There was more than 1 death, and none of them were me, so that was cool. And then Missa Tyrna Scythe, the one I literally just did, best run, 9. So, not only my highest level keys, but you can see all the other ones, best one, 6, 2, 2, 2, 5. Like, you would assume the lower level key would be faster and easier. And sure enough it is. But I look at that, I set a record time on my last 3 9s, which I all 2-chested. Maybe I can hang with a 10. Maybe I can fuck with a 10. Maybe I'm that huge. You know, maybe it's time for me. And of course, every 10 I do, I'll get a portal. So, mythic gear in the vault, getting a portal, further improving my score. I think we proved that last night was not a flop. Last night was not a fluke. I am indeed at the appropriate level. Oh, that's how this works. Neat. I'm sweeping the stage, bro. Nice weathered crests that I can trade up. Well, I can't. But as soon as Tuesday rolls around again, I can. And we've made some real progress closing that crest gap. In fact, let's do that math. 330 crests. 330 crests, assuming we time every dungeon. That's 22 dungeons. That's 22 Mythic Plus to fully catch all the way up, assuming I time every single one. Damn, that's so many Mythic Plus. That's so many. It'll be easier to smash them now, though. That my rating is nice and high. I want to saddle this Cloud Rook. So yes, we may still be 22 timed Mythic Plus dungeons away from actually hitting the Gilded Crest cap, which we do still need to hit because they've added two more upgrade tiers to the mythic tier. So even once I get that mythic tier, I will still have literally 4 more tiers of upgrades to go. So I will definitely need Gilded Crest for that. The incentive of being able to get a single random bit of raid gear at heroic track is just too nice. It's too nice. Don't worry, don't even worry about it, my good man. You right now are fighting for your life. In some ways, literally, like COVID is no fucking joke. So do whatever you gotta do to take care of yourself, Disjoint. I know the last time that I was super fucking sick, I couldn't even watch streams, so I just went audio only. Like, I was listening to my favorite streams, like, earbud in my ear, just like conked out on my bed, like, because I still wanted to fucking watch my shit. I still got the brain rot, but yeah, when you can't sit up, go lie down. But thank you for the well wishes. And if I do get Keystone Hero tonight, hey, there'll be a VOD. There'll be a VOD. Ah, ears ringing. See, I've got very resilient ears. I'm very fortunate. I sleep with earplugs. And I know for a lot of people that just does not work for them. They don't like having shit in their ears. Me, I love having shit in my ears. So that's because my ears are never ringing. If you've got ringing ears, I'm sorry, my friend, you're in hell. That's indescribable suffering. So, oh, there'll definitely be a VOD. I'm not sure how long Twitch saves my backlogged VODs for, but I think they save it for like 2 weeks. And I actually also do a recording of every single stream that I do. I don't really do anything with them, but if I ever wanted to, it's nice to have them. In the same way, my bank in World of Warcraft is full of shit that I don't want to get rid of. I'm now likewise accruing gigabytes and gigabytes of stream VODs. So there will be a VOD. You better believe it. Maybe I'll just start a VOD YouTube channel where I just post my VODs on YouTube. That would be insane. Maybe I should do that. Decent idea. Anyway, please, Disjoint, do what you must to convalesce. You are among the spirits of kings and dragons, the noblest of creatures, trying to convalesce. Yes, they're there if I need them. I don't want to need them and not have them. I don't want to need them and not have them. Talk to you later, my friend. And thanks for dropping by, even though you're being pummeled by multiple debilitations. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by. Always a pleasure to see you. Now, what are we gonna angle ourselves for? Do we want to angle ourselves for a 10? Let's just angle ourselves for a 9/10 and see where it gets us. Okay, 3 hours till that's fully charged. Interesting. Okay. Like, what are we even seeing? Let's get the lay of the land. Yeah, a 10 necrotic wake. Sign me the hell up to the 10 necrotic wake. I'm insane. Sign me up. I love it. Get me in there. City of Threads? Sure. I don't give a fuck. Get me in there. Nine necrotic wake would still give me a score. 9 necrotic wake would still give me a score. 9 stone vault would give me a score. It feels so weird typing 9-10 rather than 8-9. I feel so arrogant. Oh, the arrogance. Thinking I can do 10s. Little old me. Sweet little me. Little precious me. Yeah, we'll do a 10 miss. We just timed a 9 miss. We just 2-chested a 9 miss. Get me in a 10 miss. I don't give a fuck. 10 Dawnbreaker? Yeah, dude. Sign me up. Blow my back walls out, dude. 10 Necrotic Wake? Yeah, dude. End my life. Let's go. Make me pass on. 10 Stone Vault? I'm there. 3 male DPS. I know you other 2 male DPS want some kind of male armor from this dungeon. You must have at least 1 Bis piece in here the way I had 1 Bis piece inside Necrotic Wake. You want me in there to increase the odds of that male piece dropping? You know you do. Quick Gilded Run. Yeah, this will be the next one I sign up to if it's still there. Oh, I've already got a Marksmanship Hunter. No shot they take 2 Marksman Hunters. They would never do that. Even though we're lovely. Even though we're great. Let's see. Trick is still playing Deadlock. I think I'm gonna unwrap my burrito and find something funny to watch. Something from my old friend
Arun Brown?
Yes. We're gonna watch a little
Arun Brown?
Arun
Brown?
Yeah, we're gonna watch a little of him.
Okay, so I just finished a conversation with this gentleman here. You may recognize the one and only.
Hello.
There he is.
You're about to be value tamed.
Weird.
Ow.
45, soon to be 47.
And I think you'll like it.
Hey guys, you might recognize this. It's
The cat playing with each other and saying how much they love each other.
really excited for this one. Really excited for this one. What is it? It's PB.
Huh?
This is funny. People have been making fun of Trump going on all these podcasts. What's the other one he went on? Some other one.
Adam Friedland, I think he went on.
He's
Yeah,
going
who
on
is
all
he?
these
Stavros
podcasts that really
Halkias?
only exist. Like for him, you know, PBD, all they do is they're like, Trump's awesome. You know, he's talking to like Charlie Kirk and Elon Musk and all this stuff. Why doesn't Trump just start his own podcast? The
Yeah.
first podcaster president. Oof, he probably would get way more views than going on PBD. You know, PBD would probably lose subscribers because they're like, oh, I could just follow Trump. I don't know why Trump doesn't do it. He's like, I don't know what audio interface to buy.
I don't know how to set it up to the computer.
Oh, that's right, guys. It's another patron only. So you know what we got to do? We got to do the sweep. I call it doing the sweep now because there are a lot of non-patrons viewing this.
He's
right
just like
now.
me for
I can
real.
see it.
Bro does not know how to set his shit up, and I feel that.
It's see it in the dashboard right here.
Ooh, look at those maniacs. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to do the sweep real quick. Here we go.
Can't stop me. I snuck in.
Oh, thank God the sweep protocol is complete.
I'm leaking it.
Oh, thank Jesus the Lord.
Some individuals and outlets have been paid by Russia. It has been confirmed. They have been unwitting agents of Russia, whether they realize it or not. Tim Pool and a lot of his friends, unfortunately, this is true. Now, I don't know if Tim knew it. He says he didn't. But this is the disinformation that has come out in the past 4 years, which is why, in part, peers.
I gotta stop
There
you.
is such lack of information and knowledge about the facts.
All right, well,
which is
listen,
why
you
so
make-
many
hey,
voters
you know what?
think that
Piers,
Donald Trump
give
won
him a
the
break.
2020 election.
Listen.
Let that guy talk. Okay, so this is Piers Morgan, and I urge you to remember
This is a human man.
that we're dealing with here. They're talking about the Russian thing that, what's the idiot's name? Tim Pool. Internet moron. Tim Pool on other morons.
Professional
show.
internet
Piers.
moron.
And friend of the show, technically, Kenny Clipdog. He wrote this article, Russian influence operations are a joke. American politics doesn't need Moscow's help to be dysfunctional. I think I agree with that.
Look, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know.
I don't really know, but there's so much stupid news and propaganda and nonsense just coming straight out of America that, you know, it's like, oh, the Russians, they're really getting us, or, you know, I don't know. So I don't know if this guy on Piers Morgan is right, that he's like, they're spreading misinformation because people from the outside are paying them. I think it's more just kind of embarrassing for Tim Pool that he was too stupid. He's too much of an idiot to know who he was taking money from. I think that's like the funny part. And
Yeah,
this
that's
whole
the
interview,
better
they keep
angle,
just getting
definitely.
his ass woo on that. Like, this idiot didn't even know who he was taking money from. He looked at some like
Got
fake
your ass
AI
woo.
generated, you know, CV.
Where is it? I got it somewhere.
Got your ass! Woo!
or whatever, and he was like, and you could tell he's embarrassed about it.
Tim,
Stop.
Tim,
Sitting,
Tim,
listen.
Whoa!
are you on the clock
Wake
right
up.
now for Russia? I know you make $100,000 a week from
Okay.
Russia and the FBI.
Are you on the
Because you
clock
shut
right
up.
now
Because you
for
make stuff up
Russia?
and you say my name 50 times because you want the clicks on YouTube instead of having a real conversation
The
about wrong.
FBI,
Instead of
the
Wrong.
police on
Piers
YouTube.
Morgan
I don't
asked
have a
for it.
YouTube
Shut
show,
up.
Tim.
And so that you
Tim.
can do whatever you got to do so you get attention.
Tim, your
you get
mic's
viral
not
clips,
working.
I get it. But it's not constructive. It's not solving our
Keep that little smug.
problems.
Okay, so there we go. Piers Morgan doing his little circus act. And this Tim guy taking more beatings publicly. What the hell else is going on? Okay, Piers did an episode where he's talking about Joker 2. I think the full title of the movie was Joker 2.
This is a human man.
Spoiler alert for Hollywood.
Thank
Fans
God.
and audiences want men to be men and women to be women.
Yes.
And it's that simple.
Spoiler alert for Hollywood. They want men to be toilets. And they want women to be
Weird.
I kinda do want that in movies, actually.
Get
Yes.
it back to the basics. It's the bottom line. And this is as simple as business.
Exactly.
Now, before
It's not
I was
art.
a low-quality YouTuber, I worked in retail. When I
Oh,
worked in
wow.
retail, do you know what we did when something sold? We
Stole
ordered
stuff.
more of it.
Right,
Because
sorry.
the audience was telling us, or the customer was telling us, we want more of this product. Well, am I supposed to go,
Wait, what the hell is this? You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon playing in the background? Hey, turn that off, man. Turn that off or you get this.
Boom, 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 boom.
Turn those heroes in a half shell off. You're on Piers Morgan, the most prestigious.
You're on Piers Morgan, not some piece of garbage shit. Well,
I love that these guys take on a movie. It's like, hey, the other one made a lot of money, this one didn't. And that's the measure of a
Yeah,
work
that's
of
how we
art.
know.
The value of a piece of a work of some kind, it's just could be measured just purely, how much did this one make? Oh, that's the better artwork. And then dumbass, boring-ass Piers Morgan is like, the Top Gun remake was good. Why aren't all movies like that? Oh, well, I have a reply to that, which is, you are an idiot. Okay, I don't want to keep talking about this goddamned... Whoa, harsh words. Joker movie, Joker 2, and maybe people won't like this, but I wasn't as crazy about the first one as a lot of people I know were. I was like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. I did order a large soda when I saw it, though, so that was a positive. So that goes in the pro column. But I have been seeing funny things about the Joker 2. Here's a funny one. Taxi driver writer. How do you say that word? I'd never seen that word before. That's why I couldn't say it. Writer. Paul Schrader walked out of Joker 2 to shop. He went to go buy New Balance shoes. He walked out of Joker 2 to shop as sequel is set to lose $200 million. This
my
is from
God.
Variety. Inside the Joker debacle, Todd Phillips wanted nothing to do with DC on the $200 million misfire. There's another funny quote here from, what's the guy's name? Paul Schrader, the writer of Taxi Driver. What does he say? He went on to call the sequel a really bad musical. He went on to call it a really
Weird.
toilet?
Okay, this is the final word on the Joker 2, and I figured out the Joker. I'm the one guy who figured out
I'm
the
the
Joker
one
2. You
guy,
never
dude.
get this on a show like Piers, because it's just a bunch of morons. But I do think this is that I figured out the Joker too. What we do know about Todd Phillips is that he started his career with the Gigi Allen documentary. And Gigi Allen is like anti-music. It's anti-everything. It's like anti-society, but definitely anti-music. And when I read the thing about Todd Phillips, he didn't want to talk to DC at all, I was like, okay, now I get it. This is kind of obvious. It's just like he's totally rejecting the superhero genre in a superhero movie. I'm going to make a movie that superhero fans won't like. And that's kind of interesting because the whole thing with superhero movies is like, what twist are they going to put on it? Ooh, that's the Nolan style Batman.
That's the Nolan version.
Oh, the Tim Burton style. Oh, the 60s Batman, you know? You have all these twists, and maybe this is the ultimate twist. I don't like superhero movies. I fully reject superhero movies, and I'm making a superhero movie. You know, so if that's the case, then these guys are kind of falling into Todd Phillips' little trap. You know, they're like, it didn't make money. Well, it doesn't seem like it was supposed to. Oh, it's not good like other superhero movies and like Top Gun. Yeah, it's not supposed to. But then you get Paul Schrader doesn't like it, you know, and then there's a problem. I think Todd Phillips is just wasn't skilled enough to pull this off. People probably would have liked it if it was shot cooler and acted a little more interesting, and the musical numbers were done better. So, like, on paper, interesting art idea, execution maybe, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe he did succeed in his own mind. Who knows? Who cares? No more Joker 2 talk. Okay, you know what? My arch nemesis. It's very similar to the Joker. Very similar to the Joker Batman. What's the guy's name? Batston. Very similar to that situation. My arch nemesis. What's the guy's name? James Tim Toilets. Wow, this video actually got a lot
Timmy
of views.
Toilets.
He hasn't been doing great on the views lately.
Let's check out what his little ass, people say, is up to. Here we go.
We have got this epic clip from Charlie Kirk debating on college campuses with young people. And in this clip, he obliterates this young woman. He destroys her with facts and logic. Okay, I'll calm down. This young woman, I respect that she came up and she expressed her opinions.
I'm begging
Charlie
you,
Kirk
Tim.
in this clip, it's only about a minute long.
Can't wait.
Gives his argument and leaves her dumbfounded, absolutely speechless. But I am not a staunch pro-lifer, as many of you know, but I do have arguments against what I would consider...
Because I'm a little creep who will say whatever it takes.
I'm a little creep.
Keep it going. Thank you. Back to you.
But I want to explain first. Let's play this video.
Can't wait.
I am of the belief that abortion is never medically necessary.
Are you a doctor?
No. Are you?
No.
But there is a there is a community of OBGYNs that agree with me.
So is it our decision to make? Is it something that we can decide?
That's an interesting question.
So
First of all,
should it be something that people have the ability to vote on, yes or no, if a woman is able to make that choice?
Should a mom be able to kill her 2-year-old daughter?
No.
Yeah. Are you a doctor?
Okay, that was...
Why are we able to say it's wrong?
That's great, right?
Epic.
Epic.
Can a mom kill your daughter?
Epic, bro.
No. Are you a doctor? Exactly.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, this is what I love about the Tim channel.
Exactly,
because
bro.
I do think there's like a 90%, maybe 95% chance that he does not know, that he actually does not know that when you're pregnant, that happens inside your body, and it's connected to your body. And sometimes there are complications with that can be dangerous. But I don't think
even
he knows
life-threatening.
the first part. I mean, these goddamn abortion debates are like, you know, even he says, he's like, another abortion debate. Yeah, this should be settled. This is literally something that like political creeps dig up, you know, as a distraction. This is kind of settled stuff. The abortion bans have been disasters, medical disasters. They're putting the burden on other states for healthcare, all this crap. Everybody knows this. But yeah, another thing Tim does not know. I almost do think for real that he might not know about this, but pregnancies, and you probably have to explain what that is to him, they can become dangerous. There could be complications. They could become dangerous. And this kind of stuff has happened. And with these abortion bans, it makes it way more dangerous, putting women's life at risk, all this stuff. That's different than a 2-year-old who's out there. Yeah. It's an epic own, though. Epic bacon own, superhero own.
You've been owned by the Joker.
Well,
Came in.
this may kill me, but we're about to kill his boss. So.
It is outright just we do not
Didn't
allow
kill
abortion.
me,
But let's
but it
break
did
down
kill the
first what
rogue.
abortion is.
Okay.
Abortion is defined, even by leftist organizations like Planned Parenthood,
Far left,
as a medical procedure ending a pregnancy that
the far left organization, Planned Parenthood,
results in the death of the baby. That's an important distinction right there.
Well, yeah. It's an important distinction that I added, a thing that my audience wants to hear. Yeah, that's great when I hear something like that in these Tim Pool videos. I'm like, I'm not sure they're going to be using the word baby on like the Planned Parenthood website Also, how are they far left? I do wonder how he, like, puts these things together, you know, like, because it sounds like he did go to the Planned Parenthood website, because he did quote it.
Went to the
Abortion is a
hood?
medical procedure that ends a pregnancy. Then
Planned
he tagged on
Parenthood.
the baby. There's so many things like that in this videos where it's like, it is what a little kid would do.
Big
this is what- I
CDs
got an
has
amazing
been
idea.
called.
I'll get the actual definition
Big
from the website. And I'll just
CDs.
tack on the end what my audience likes to hear. So then now I can't get in trouble.
I don't think you can take an immoral action against one person
Right.
for the greater good. I mean, and it's not absolute because some circumstances you do have this.
Okay.
Ultimately, I would say I have no good answers. No
Oh,
good
okay.
answers.
Yeah.
But
No,
the last-
hey, there's something where we can agree, man. You do have no good answers. Very true.
Logically inconsistent. What I can say
wait,
is,
whoa, hey, zip it, shut up, and shut the hell up. Okay, I couldn't hear what you were saying because I was talking over you. Go ahead. What were you saying?
no good answers.
Exactly.
But the left is clearly logically inconsistent.
Of course.
What I can say is,
Look, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They shouldn't be talking about this. Too stupid.
Too
But one thing I do
stupid.
know, the people who we don't like, the amorphous, blurry threat in the distance, they're wrong. That's for sure, right, guys?
Yeah, they're
Like,
wrong and
crap.
they're
Oh,
evil.
God. I see a story trending. Ooh, I see a story that's related to this trending. Let me get a look at.
Let me analyze this. Analyzing.
This is the analyzing sound. It's processing.
I need to process this.
Okay, my man was talking about friend of the show, Chuck Kirk. And just so this is not internet slop, making fun of somebody, making fun of a weirdo.
Yeah,
I
it
think we
shouldn't
should
be
take a
that. It
lesson
should
from
never
this.
be
You know,
that.
I think the lesson is just be yourself. It's too hard to not be yourself. You know, you're trying to do some crap. Ugh, I'm cool or whatever. It's too hard, too much work, and it always fails. What does this goddamn thing right here say? Charlie Kirk wore earplugs to a college football game, then edited them out of his pic after getting called beta. Oh! After having his photo mocked on X, Kirk, Charlie, his Instagram was seemingly edited to remove the earplugs. Yeah, you can't do this. You gotta just be yourself. I'm an earplug guy,
I don't like noise.
and I don't care who knows it. That's a much better thing. You know, everybody's on your Twitter, hey, you're a nerd. You just go, yeah, I am. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, I
You know,
am.
you just go, yeah, so what? What are you gonna do about it, you turd?
Hey, your hairline's
And then that
receding.
same
Yeah,
person
bro,
will go,
I'm damn
yeah,
near 40.
Yeah, right, or whatever.
It's over for
That's
me.
how you deal with
It's
that.
gonna be over for you
Charlie
too
Kirk
when
did
you're
the
almost
one thing
40.
that's gonna make everything worse. Oh God, here's the picture. He edited out the goddamn things. Wait, here's the original. Come on, man. Look, see, right there. You can't do this. You can't they'll smell the blood in the water, Charlie. God damn you to hell. These animals out here on social media will indeed...
Got your ass! Woo!
I mean, just listen to these comments. These are all the comments on this guy's Instagram. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this makes it even worse. It's his wife's Instagram.
Oh no.
Oh, no. You
Oh,
really went out of your
no.
way to edit out the earplugs because everyone downed you on Twitter. Oh, come on. No. Oh, no. Bro, why did you Photoshop the earplugs out? Did you feel embarrassed? Mrs. Beta removed the earplug. Hey, come on. The earplug edit is real. Ha 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 ha. Edited out the earplugs. It's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. Okay, this guy right here takes it a little too far. Where are the earplugs at, dork?
Dork?
It's like the bad kid from a
Got
90s
his
kids
ass.
movie.
Where are the
Hey,
earplugs
dork.
at,
So
dork?
that's the lesson of the day. Do we have a graphic for
Not
that?
me though.
Okay, I
The
just made
person
it up,
writing
so there's
that
no way we have a
comment.
graphic for
I'm
that.
not a dork.
Here's a stupid little lesson to learn of the day.
Ooh, a lesson of the day.
We don't want to end up like that goddamn joker.
Message of the day. Just be yourself. Unless you don't have a self. Like I think Charlie Kirk might not. You don't have a soul, then fly away. Just be yourself.
If you
When
don't have a
someone calls
soul,
you
maybe
dork,
check
say, "Shut
out
up, you're a
a
dork."
little bit of right-wing grifting.
And then they
That
go,
might
hey,
work for you.
stop, man. That's pretty much all you can do.
Look at this nerd with earplugs at a football game. What a loser.
What a dork. Yeah? Well, why don't you shut the hell up? Hey! Whoa! Stop.
Hey.
Hey, go easy on me, man. I'm going through a lot right now. You know, that's what usually happens.
Welcome back to the comment section. Haven't done that in a while. I'm Brent.
Hey, no problem. You haven't done that in a while because I haven't watched? So this is about me. Well, it's an honor to be... Well, it's fine to be back, I guess. And what I have to say to you now that I'm back is... Oh, it's the female Ben Shapiro. These are kind of hard to watch because they're so bad.
Stupid.
But 250,000 views in one day, so let's take a look. Must be good then. Let's take a look.
I'm Brent Cooper. Now, I'm sure that you guys have heard me say this before, but our culture has become increasingly grotesquely sexualized, like dramatically. And usually when I say that, it is in conjunction with an episode that I'm doing about a more intense and serious subject, like the graphic, explicit books that young kids are reading in school.
This is... I'm never going to get over that people watch this.
I was so busy trying to grab the orb. I didn't see
just
the
way
bigger,
she's talking,
deadlier orb.
The set, everything is just like a fraud. Okay, it's like watching
a cat playing with each other and saying how much they love each other.
And usually when I say that, it is in conjunction with an episode that I'm doing about a more intense and serious subject, like the graphic, explicit books that young kids are reading in school, the graphics ed classes where teachers literally pull out...
I haven't watched this goddamn lady in a long time, but this is like peak. This is a great Ben Shapiro moment here. I live in a fairly big city, and I've seen maybe like one of these kind of places where it's like bitch burger, shit
I'm scared.
tacos,
I'm scared.
kiss my ass, cupcakes, or whatever, you know, this kind of thing. You know, honestly, that kind of thing is so forgettable that I don't even remember if I saw a restaurant like that or if I just heard someone talking about it. Whole pizza, you know. And this is a thing that people make fun of. I don't know how much it actually exists. It might not exist at all. Maybe there was like a pop-up place somewhere open called like sandwiches. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know, if you're below the age of 60, you're just like, that's stupid. Or if you're like my mom, you know, you'll see that place, you'll be like, that's a little nasty. I might go there. I might go there to be a little edgy, and that just makes me feel like, oh, poor mom. She's got nothing going on. You know, that's pretty much the extent of it. It has the same kind of vibe as when people used to say, oh, you're a real rock star. You know, you work in like a marketing department or something for some stupid company.
But it's
this guy's a real
it's
rock
fine.
star. You know, that always rang untrue because like, nope, I'm not a rock star. I'm not doing rock star things. I'm just trying to make money and then get the hell out of here. So, you know, most people think it's kind of just like a weird corporate phenomenon of some kind, but mostly nobody cares. But it's a huge deal. It is, actually, I take it all back, it is the biggest problem we're facing right now as a world.
X. It's been 2 years.
Calm
3
your ass
years?
down.
X. Go
Calm
follow her
down.
on X. She posted
Calm
a menu
down or
at a
else.
restaurant and said, these days everything is and yet nothing is sexy, which is incredibly profound. But I mean, look at this menu. The Hollywood hooker, the chick in head, the fussy hussy, the sloppy toppy. Now, the screenshot here cut off two of my favorites, which is the super slut burger and the one night stand.
Whoa, hey.
So nice. Now, Brittany
Hey,
Martinez,
easy.
who's the founder and editor-in-chief of Evie Magazine, she jumped on this and she said, it's always like egg slut or the subtle art of not giving a Now, like I said, Pugliasi the Hated has been talking about this for a while, so she jumped back into this conversation with a similar example. This pork
If
rub,
he wants
where
to
the
go
logo
big,
is
we can go
inspired
big.
by the pork hub logo, of course. Pork rub, roast that bitch.
Dude.
Great on dead animals. And then she said, ever see a brand and just know that it was made by a millennial because of how tastelessly vulgar it is? And then this is really where she triggered people. She said,
Many millennials are perpetually suspended in a state of smug adolescence, and they inject their
teen boyisms into everything
Wow,
they
you're
do.
You're really getting deep on this one. Thank God Hollywood didn't work out for this lady so that she could bestow upon us this knowledge about... Well, I am a millennial, technically. You don't talk about us. You don't talk about us.
Yeah, you don't
like
get to
that.
talk
I love
about
this
us, you
because,
zoomer.
know, the thing that I was saying is...
Get
obvious.
millennials out of
there's
your
these places that are
mouth.
like, egg bitch. Ooh, French toast.
Egg whore.
That's the restaurant I'm gonna open. French toast head. You know, these kind of places barely exist, and when they do, people are just like, who cares? You know, people are just trying to like drive to work or whatever. They're like, French toast head. What does that mean? And that's about as far as the thought goes. No one cares. But she's using this, you know, forgettable thing that barely exists to be like, look at Our society's out of control.
This says a lot about
Society's
society.
declining. Look, egg head.
That we're
There's a
being really
restaurant called
vulgar.
Breakfast
It says a lot
Porno.
about
You know, these
society.
places that barely exist are like, she's like, this is, our society's out of control. A way better example would be the network she's on, Daily Wire. You know, oh, there's a place called Egg Shit. Man, it's out of control. By the way, I work for a super pro-war bigot channel, you know, that has endless advertising resources. Now we
Hell
just
yeah.
warmonger and trick people all day. That seems a little worse than egg sex.
Popsicle shit. Whoa, what's that restaurant?
Seems a little too edgy for me. I'm just a normal guy. I don't think I could go in there. But it is just like, you know, I have to talk to my older relatives, you know, and I know that they're being, like, influenced by this kind of media. Oh, Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, they're telling the truth. You know, they're all over the media, just warping people's perception, just warping the perception of the vulnerable, you know? And she's uploading this at a time where I just read a bunch of articles where it's like, you know, weapons manufacturers are making, like, huge profits right now.
Oh, wow. I wonder why that is.
You know what I mean? You know what the problem is, though? Egg asshole. Well, anyway, guys, I cannot be more elated, and frankly, I cannot be more joyous than I am that it's Thursday.
Hate that.
I'm way behind in the comments, but I will be uploading them in literally the next couple days. God damn it. God damn me, actually. If you're like, why has he not uploaded the comments yet? What the hell is wrong with him? Just remember that.
This is a human man.
Is it a human man? Actually,
It's Bilbo.
so I will be uploading that in the next couple days, and then I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna do a live
Bro
one
said
next.
lust
I'm gonna do
here.
a Patreon only live. Whoa, whoa. So that will be, frankly, amazing. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, Johnny J here. Johnny J covered that yet? Well, interesting, I was not in this episode, not even a fraying of my little ass, you know, and I don't use that kind of language lightly, but I'm a little frustrated because that guy's running from me. He's afraid to debate me. He's afraid to debate my little A. But anyway, what the hell was I just talking about? Yeah, the guy, the host of the show, what's the guy's name? He was making for those restaurants that I like, you know, Egg Murder I went to the other day. I stopped by Egg Murder, then I went to Shut Your Stupid Mouth, Goddamn You Burger. So I do like those places, and the frankly, that guy needs to shut the hell up. He doesn't know how to. Fun. It's supposed to be fun. You're eating a overpriced burger, and you look over at the neon sign, you say, woo! And then you get the hell out of there. But, guys, hope you do it good.
Guys.
It's me. Let me do my Trump real quick. It's me, Trump, and I hope you do it good. Try to be president or whatever I'm doing. Guts with the music. Remember, he said that. Anyway, guys, I really gotta go. I'm in a lot of trouble, but I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, me too, LeDrum. We're both in a lot of trouble, buddy. Okay, that's maybe too many shards alive. This might be a problem. Okay, that hurts. That hurts us.
Yeah, so this is Breaking Points. They had a good discussion. We'll cut into it about halfway through. Good discussion, meaning Crystal absolutely hands Sakura's ass on a plate.
That's usually how it goes on Breaking Points.
The way that the
That's how
sort
it
of
goes on
downplaying of
Breaking
the threat
Toilets.
that I find, yeah,
as I call it.
And this is about Trump and his threats to our political system. They start with this clip here of Michael Flynn.
Okay? Believe me, the gates of hell, my hell, will be unleashed.
Look,
Your
again,
thoughts on this,
I think
Tucker?
people seize on this stuff. Mike Flynn has no connection to the campaign. He was fired after 33 days or whatever as a national security
Wait, can you
advisor.
pause for a sec?
I believe.
What did Mike Flynn say there at the beginning?
Basically, we're gonna. I'm gonna get pardoned, and we're gonna seek retribution.
Okay, gotcha.
Basically, the thing that Trump said with the we're gonna have
The enemy
military,
within-
the
from within?
Exactly, the military can sort it out real quick.
Okay.
I need to make sure exactly what happened here, but he either pled guilty or he had some situation with the foreign agent stuff that happened at that time. Yeah, it was. I covered it so much at the time. It was something like Gulen and Erdogan. He basically.
It's interesting that it gets this wrong because he's a guy who's downplayed at Russiagate the entire time. And maybe I should sort this out confirm this myself, but I'm pretty sure it was lying to the FBI about Russia stuff. Maybe we can sort that out, but I'll just let this play a little bit more while I look that up.
A career of like QAnon style adjacent like events and like bankrolling himself since then. So I'm not worried about this. I don't think that Mike Flynn speaks with any authority whatsoever.
But is what he's saying that different from what Trump has been saying?
Because
Trump is saying like, I will be your retribution and calling out the National Guard and the military. I mean, it seems pretty consistent with the sentiments that Trump himself is expressing.
I mean, in terms of I will be your retribution, he said that last time around. And what did it look like? Mostly like hiring people like Mike Flynn and it not working out so well. To the extent that it would be nice is if, hey, we actually did fire a bunch of people on the side of the CIA and the FBI. I don't think that's so bad. I guess it's about degrees and it's about which and how you interpret like what that looks like and what's extreme or whatever's not. Like,
bro wanted to shroud this pack, bro.
More than half of these people should be fired. Is that what Mike Flynn is talking about? No. And that's another thing too, where if you have to point to his track record.
When you say the gates of hell are going to be unleashed, or I'll be a retribution, I'll call out the national campaign. I'll call out the National Guard or the military should deal with my political opponents. That's not about Schedule F.
No, but he says this shit all the time. How much of it actually happened? I was there when Trump was like, I'm going to take military funding and build the border wall, and then shut down the government for 3 weeks, and then cave to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. In practice, how does this shit actually work? Like, most of the time, it doesn't usually work out to his benefit. It turns out that there are decent checks and balances in the American system. I mean, look, we could play the next part here, and this is probably more consequential. From J.D. Vance, when he was asked about who the most consequential part of the government will be, he said the Attorney General. Let's take a listen.
On the Attorney General, you said on Friday that the most important person in government in a Trump-Vance administration, other than the president, is not you. It would be the Attorney General. Why do you consider that the most important spot, the second most important spot?
Well, one reason, Martha, is just public opinion. And what I mean here is that we really want the American people to believe that we have a fair and equitable administration of justice. If not, the entire sort of system falls apart. You need people to believe that if the Attorney General prosecutes somebody, it's motivated by justice and law and not by politics. And unfortunately,
would Donald Trump go after his political opponents? Would Donald Trump go after his political opponents? He suggested that in the past.
Martha, he was president for 4 years, and he didn't go after his political opponents. You know who did go after her political opponents? Kamala Harris, who has tried to arrest everything from pro-life activists to her political opponents.
He said those people who cheated will be prosecuted
as a weapon against people. Well, he said that people who violated our election laws will be prosecuted. I think that's the administration of law. He didn't say people are going to go to jail because they disagree with me. That has, in fact, been the administration and the policy of Kamala Harris, Martha.
I mean, you know, a lot of people looked at that and said he was going to prosecute. I think look, this is much more bureaucratic. It's about having somebody who, you know, rules that a certain program or whatever can be legal, because a lot of that comes back to like how you interpret certain bureaucratic actions. The shutdown thing.
I'm sorry. I want to get to her destroying his argument here in just a second, but I find it fascinating. First of all, his entire argument is don't take Trump at his word. Don't take him at his word. Elect him anyway. Yeah. Why? Why? And he just said earlier that Schedule F is a good thing, an executive order on that front, which is a part of Project 2025, which I'm sure he would scoff at being associated with the Donald Trump campaign. He's saying that that's what he wants to do. What Schedule F is about replacing 50,000 federal bureaucrats, employees that he's talking about there, the bureaucracy that he's claiming is going to protect the American people from his authoritarian tendencies. 60 seconds before, he was saying how he was in favor of Schedule F, purging the federal government of career employees to replace them with Trump loyalists. That's a part of Project 2025. So first, his argument is, oh, come on, Trump's not being serious about all these repeated claims over and over again, the enemy from within, even though on January 6th, he incited an insurrection. In the lead up to that, He had fake electors slates. He wanted to pressure the Arizona governor and others to replace the electors who are there, designated by the national two parties, to represent the will of the people in regards to the vote as it relates to the Electoral College. This was, and then he was also suing in dozens of court cases to overturn the results of the election, all thrown out without merit. So there were like at least 3 different efforts that he tried to make to overturn the election. It was the fake elector scheme.
Not for a two-chester.
The lawsuits, and also I should say 4, calling the Republicans in state office to pressure them, and then it was January 6th, where he basically threw Mike Pence to a mob because he refused to overturn the election. It's not just like his rhetoric. We have so much evidence. And he's saying, don't worry about that. The bureaucracy will protect you. The bureaucracy that he just said he was in favor of doing away with.
And let's let him get reps in too. I zoomed a little bit ahead here. Go ahead, Brandon. We'll pick it back up.
I will just say, like, he kind of like contradicts himself there too. At first, it's like, oh, Trump just says things. He just says all these things, and he kind of